dream, and this dream is about shape shifters. There are many shape shifters living among us now. I know that a lot of people may find that hard to believe because your daily experience of life is that you know that this earth contains plants, you know that this earth contains people, you know that this earth contains animals, and that may be all you know. If you have a traditional church background, indeed, that will be all you know, even though a good traditional church background should include knowledge of Satan, knowledge of what Luke 10 and 19 calls all the works of the devil, as well as knowledge of the demonic realm. A well-rounded out church education should contain God, should contain the fact that there are angels, which right there, it's the supernatural, should contain the fact that we have this earth and all things that God has created on the earth, but we also have the evil supernatural realm in which is Satan, is the fallen angels, and is an entire host that have different names, marine kingdom, and then there's the prince of the power of the air. So that means that there are powers of the air operating without bodies. These are spirit without bodies. God calls them ancient evil without a body. And then we have tangible creatures that have been created through Satan's little evil workshop that we will call the Nephilim. And then we have that entire separate class that are known to us as aliens. And so there are so many different aspects that the average church education has never oriented God's people to. And that is part of why in this blog, God does not hold back telling us about these things. Why? In the days of Noah, these things existed. And Jesus is the one who said that as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be again. That's a simple statement to say, go back to Noah's day. Everything that you can peg there, if there was a sky in Noah's day, there will be a sky in the end times. If there actually went to beseech God and say, my Father, for you sit upon the throne and your eyes see everything. How long will you tolerate what Azazel and the bunch have done? Shape shifters are those who are able to maintain a human shape and be what they are at the same time. They can be a human shape and they can be what they are at the same time. They employ something that I will simply call a cloaking. The same way that alien ships are able to be there one moment, they can simply come into visibility, and then the next moment, they're gone. You don't actually see them taking off. They don't disappear and fly away where you can say, it took off at such speed. Sometimes you hear eyewitnesses say that. No, a ship can suddenly materialize in what was an empty space, and then they can disappear in that same space. Your eyes are watching them, and God has revealed here on this blog that that is them playing interdimensionally. There are dimensions on this earth whereby the ship will simply blip out of this dimension that we live in, where we can see, we can touch, we can smell, we can feel, and things like that, okay? And then it goes back into a dimension where the limited senses that we have are not able to perceive it. What am I saying? I think there's a dream I did on the 5-year anniversary of the written blog, and I had a dream in which so a shapeshifter is a real thing that can look like a man or a woman. It is not a clone. It is not grown from human cells. It is not grown from saliva or a scrape of blood or anything like that, and then in time you can nurture it into a person. It's not a clone. It is not an android. It is a supernatural being, and I do not know by what witchery, okay, they can look like people. They can look like anybody you know. They can look like ordinary people, or they can just change the outside. I think there's a hero like that, superhero. Her name is Mystique. Mystique in the X-Men can become anybody, okay? She can just glitch and have that horrible changing skin that she has, and then she can even be a man standing there. It's a female thing. It's a female Nephilim, but she can turn into any man, any doctor, any police officer, and her evil trickery is so much used to the side that she's on with the X-Men, because she can simply go around fooling people by saying, oh no, I'm your mom. I've come to pick you up. Imagine a Nephilim picking you up at the airport because you agreed with your mom that you're coming. And then they simply hack your email, and then they know, and then that thing comes and picks you up, but it's not your mother. So this is what I saw. God was showing me how many of these things are in the medical profession and what they are doing there, especially in relation to true Israel. So please, simply because we are not sensitive when we are in danger, okay? Many of us are not sensitive to when situations are dangerous for us, but then God was also showing me that even when I try to warn my people, even when I try to give them pings, even when I try to give them what we now call red flags, he was saying that people utterly brush these off, they ignore it, they push past